According to the Levitical law, he was lame. Lameness reflected an unforgivable sin and rejection from God. His condition excluded him from the temple and the sanctuary. The holiness codes of the Levitical law forbade his presence in the presence of God. For 38 years, he couldn't come to God's presence. For 38 years, he had barred access, overzealous rejection, poolside paralysis, but he has a creative encounter with Jesus that transforms his entire life. And this is powerful to me because after a lifetime of disappointment in the church, he found Jesus in the street and transformed his entire life. I wish I could say that more deeply, but I wish somebody can be grateful that your Jesus is bigger than church, that your God is bigger than a sanctuary, that your faith is bigger than a religion and bigger than an edifice and bigger than bylaws and constitutions. Because when the church rejects you, you ought to be reminded that your God is bigger than any rule, bigger than any policy, bigger than any protocol, because your God is bigger than the church. Somebody ought to get excited about a God that's bigger than custom and bigger than tradition and bigger than ritual and bigger than ceremony. When the church rejected him for 38 years, he still came in contact with Jesus. I wish I had somebody in this place that can say, I'm not trying to fit in to the places that reject me because I've learned how to pursue God-saturated places, God-saturated spaces. You can keep your prejudice, your traditionalism, your bylaws, your artificial welcoming, your stubborn staticness, your governed pessimism, your flamboyant inauthenticity, because every day I wake up, I stalk God-saturated places. And if you don't want me in here, I know how to meet God out there. Is that anybody's testimony? You say, that's how I made it to the place of God. When they didn't accept me in religion, I had a God that picked me up, turned me around, and gave me solid footing as only God could do. Glory. Glory, glory, glory. I wish somebody came to church that could open your mouth and say, I stalk God, not religion.